Hello, pretty geeks, and welcome to a long-awaited Pusheen unboxing. This is the spring Pusheen box, and I know it is officially summer. It has been very, very delayed, but we are very, very excited to see her. So they have been kind of touch and go with communications, and that's frustrated a lot of people. But staying kind of up to date as much as possible. They have been stuck in a lot of shutdowns, and unfortunately their factory was stuck. You know, a lot of the products were stuck. So as much of that is a bummer, we have our things now. And this is the first one in a long time I had to peek at spoilers because it was late and I needed to know. And I saw a couple sneak peeks when I went to look for personal updates. And once I saw one, I had to see some more. So I did see a little bit, but I didn't see all of them. Let's just jump into it. All right, so our little postcard guide for this season says maybe later. And it's Pusheen and Sloth, and I don't know what Sloth's name is, but he's adorable. And our little print off with all of our items is on the other side. So we got the same graphic on our t-shirt. It says maybe later with a ringer tee. The ringer tees are pretty popular for the Pusheen box. We rarely get like a plain, like kind of blah t-shirt, which is really awesome. We typically get a pretty high quality sweatshirt. Occasionally we'll get like a long sleeve t-shirt, and if we get a plain t-shirt, it's usually like a ringer tee or something similar to that. So it says have a relaxing day gardening in this tee on our little print off slit. It is a pretty lightweight shirt. You can see my arm through it in front of the window here. This window here. And I am looking forward, in fact, to gardening in it and napping in it and just being a bum in it. I like it a lot. And it is a pretty green color. Next up, we have a bucket hat that says slow down. And like most items, this Pusheen box exclusive. And let's see, it actually has a little drawstring, which is going to be pretty helpful when it is particularly windy. And see, our little print off doesn't tend to give us like particularly insightful information, but it does say protect your face from the bright sunlight with this extra cute sun hat. So I shall. So it's wider than a typical bucket hat, but it's not as big and floppy as a typical sun hat. So it's kind of in between. So you can, like, my ponytail fits completely inside of it, but I do also have a little bitty baby head. So it should fit a pretty wide variety of sizes. And I did tangle the string up a little bit, so we'll fix that. Oh, thought it was tangled. It's not tangled. Or maybe it is and it just came that way. Anyway, it's kind of looped around, but you can tighten it so the wind doesn't take it with it, which is pretty handy when it gets pretty windy. So, pretty hoot and cute. I like that. A lot, actually. So, more gardening gear. And next up, I'm gonna read it like this. Your plants will be happy when you make it rain with this watering can. And it's got a little picture of Pusheen on a little plant. It's got a little double handle, pouring handle, and a carrying handle. And it is pretty little. So I'm feeling like I'm probably going to use this more for decoration. It is a nice little tin one. It's not plastic. But I think she might be better off as a piece of decor that might just occasionally get used, but might just look cuter in my little cottagey kitchen. Let's keep your gardening tools in reach with this tool belt. So this one is a little bit of a thinner material, but it's still like a pretty sturdy nylon. I like the jungly print on it with Pusheen and Sloth. Yes, I've not known her name. And the big pocket is huge. Look at that. Okay, I like pretended that I was gonna look nice for y'all today, but I'm trying. I'm struggling at the moment. The ties are really thin and not particularly long, but I mean, they're not super duper short. But I might struggle a little bit getting a good bow with it, and see from the size of my shirt, size of me, I wear an extra large, so anyone larger at, well, my size or larger might also struggle with that. And I think if I tie it on the smallest part of me, I won't have any trouble getting a pretty basic knot. But at like an XXL, or if you're thicker in the middle and don't have like a smaller section to kind of tie it onto, you might struggle with that. I kind of feel like I want to replace the ties anyway with something a little bit thicker or sturdier, just because these are really thin, and I feel like, I don't know, like the material seems really strong. The rivets are nice. I love that they added the rivets to it. So we'll see. If it holds up, then we're good. And maybe we only use it for our gardening tools, and we don't just try to use it for everything on this planet. Or we could use it for our art tools, which might actually make it wear out faster because they're a little harsh with things like that. And oh my word, this trowel helps make gardening chores a breeze. I was totally looking at getting a new trowel this year, but I could not convince myself that I needed a second one. But mine is completely bent up at the tip and does not have a nice sharp point. And this is beautiful. And it is a thick one. I was worried when I saw pictures of it that it was gonna be like a thin, bendy aluminum, but she is like steel. That is awesome. It's a nice powder coated steel, and it has some cute hole details in the handle, which is gonna be great for letting water run back out of it, so it's not going to fill up and get gross or end up getting rusty. And the design is adorable. Sloth is biting Pusheen. I'll just kind of stick that in our little tool pouch there, which is so precious. I love that they didn't go super crazy with all of the packaging this time too. There's a whole lot less. We've got a little culture fly sticker. We usually don't get a branding for the box makers in it. We do this time. Let's see here. We've got a ceramic mini planter. Give your plant a new home in this planter. And it looks like it is the same Sloth petting Pusheen. Let's take a look-see. Oh, she's big. I thought it was gonna be another mini one. Last time we got a planter, it was this big. And like she barely fit a succulent. But it's a nice, like, proper planter size. I love that. It has a hole in the bottom for drainage. It has nice thick walls, a nice thick bottom. It says hand wash only, so I don't know what you would be doing with it that you feel like you need to stick it in the dishwasher, but it's not made for the dishwasher. But it is a good size hole in the bottom. So you can put pretty much any small or medium-sized plant in here that you're starting off with, and it is super cute. I love the different types of leaves in it. Oh, There we go. Thought we had something on it, but it still had some of its transfer film on it. So looks beautiful. I was gonna say what this leaf was and it left me, so it's a Monstera leaf and something else with Pusheen and Sloth. Super duper cute. I'm gonna put it back in her box because she is not gonna live there anymore. All right, got 2 more items. So share what you're growing with this garden sign. And I gotta look a little bit better because we are missing an item if that is all. So this garden sign I'm really happy is aluminum. Our last time we got a sign, it was a thick coated cardboard. And I was really disappointed by that because it really got broken pretty quickly. But this one, it's that same Pusheen holding a little bin graphic that was on the gardening can, plus a little basket and nip, which is new. And it's just cute. I'm excited to hang this one on the door. I think I might swap out the hanger that I have on the back door right now, actually. I think that would be sweet. Or maybe I'll put it on the garage. Or maybe replace the one on the garage with the rainbow. Anyway, I like that. And I wonder if it might be dry erase. That would be fun. If it's not, then it's just a one-time word. It says share what you're growing. So it would be more helpful to do a dry erase. But it does have a coating of plastic over the top, but I wonder if it's just because it's plastic, a plastic coating to keep it from getting scratched, or if it's to be dry erase. I'm gonna put dry erase marker on it because I've got some dry erase markers that I wipe off of absolutely smurfing everything. Oh, there we go. We're not missing an item. We do have all of our stuff. I haven't had any issues with that happening yet, but it always pops in our head that mistakes can happen. So these gardening gloves look cute even when they're covered in dirt. So I do like the silkiness of them. They fit very well. Though to be honest, I have pretty set medium to small medium hands. And seeing as I wear an extra large, though my shoe size is really small, I'm not sure how they chose how to pick the glove size. If that was based on foot size, clothing size, or if it's just a one size fits all. Because some of the fingers are feeling a little short or a little exact, but they fit me very well. They are not very reinforced, so they would not be good for prickers. Okay, do not go off pulling weeds in these, I think. They would go straight through there pretty hoot and thin. But I think for non-pricky weeds, or just to keep your hands maybe slightly cleaner, because they don't feel particularly waterproof either, so I don't think they would keep your hands super duper clean. But maybe for like a quick repotting, you know what? I literally have dirt next to me. 1 minute. So they pick up the dirt okay, and then keep a decent amount off of your hands. So if you wanted to do some dry dirt, that worked pretty well. They do transfer it like none other. If you touch the outside, they're very staticky. But for like dry repotting, definitely recommend. But would not use them for weeds or anything like that. There's nothing reinforcing. They're not waterproof. There's no silicone to them. There's no leather areas to them. So nothing to keep prickers from going into your fingers, nothing waterproof. They did shake out really quick and easily though. So I love them for that idea. They're really fast to shake the dirt out and they look fairly clean again. Comparing the two, the one that I just dug and swirled around for 2.5 minutes compared to the one that hasn't touched any dirt at all, they look pretty good. So Great gloves for repotting, but not great for in the actual garden. All right, last but not least, our vinyl toy. And this one I have to open because there's no window. We usually get a window, and I love the windows on these, and I typically save them because I use them for crafts, and then they taunt me and I end up having to take these cute vinyls out anyway, usually because my tiny human will end up playing with them, or I'll bring them to school and they will decorate my desk, or I'll put them in tiny hiding places all around my classroom. And between it looking like a little fairy hotel with some random little Pusheens, it's just so stinking cute. I love having the tiny scenes just kind of tucked away, and I like to change them up randomly. It's kind of fun. Oh, she's big. We have not had a big vinyl toy in a long time. I think she might actually be larger than our original one. And she's a little farmer. So she got a little carrot, a little cabbage, and a little tomato plant. So she's on this circular base again, and this one is a lot better quality than the last one. The base itself is pretty thin and hollow, but her pieces are connected so much better. She is connected so much better. And she herself is such nice quality. She is thick. She is not feeling like she's made out of a thin vinyl at all. Her pieces are really well painted. They are really, really attached. Notice on this one, her circle base itself was really thick, but most of her pieces came unattached, or they mostly, well, this one doesn't actually attach fully. Like, it lines up only in some places. So the mold wasn't quite there. And it was just kind of wobbly. So it needed constant regluing, where she fit, her remote fit, but then some of the other accessories didn't quite fit. So made it fun for playing, not so much fun for more of a decor element. So get rid of that box because there's no cute window to it, but loving her. And did they have a little shout out for her? Get into the gardening spirit by adding this Pusheen vinyl figure to your collection. Well, I shall. So I think she looks super duper adorable. So here is everything that was in our box quick. We've got the ringer tee, sun hat, repotting gloves, tulle apron, trowel, watering can, plant pot, garden sign, and vinyl figure. I'm feeling pretty ready to garden. So if you are in the garden spirit, I hope you leave a comment below and tell me what you are growing this year. And if you are growing nothing but fake plants, I wish you a super happy summer nonetheless. I love you all so very much. Bye-bye.